All of this just sounds super interesting, Fosta said, with a smile on her face. But it appears as if my job is done. You wanted to find the prince? To find him, so you found him. Which means my job is done. So there's really no further necessity for me to hang around. So if you don't mind, I'll just be going. And you guys can play this life or death game of chicken with the army chasing after the kid. I don't think so, Hamilton replied, looking over to Fosta. I thought we agreed that my job was to help you find the kid. Job done. No, your job was to help me find the child and see to his safe return. He has yet to be safely returned. And remember, the other end of your reward, the possibility of having your demon level elevated. You can't claim it unless you actually go to Matara. So, you have to stick around. What? Come on. Be reasonable. I mean, I'm not really much use anyways. All you needed was a guide, so that you wouldn't get lost wandering around. And since you already found the kid, you don't really need that anymore. I'm sure the Siren King knows more than enough about this world to guide you wherever you need to go. Yes, but you still have a great many contacts in this world, Hamilton replied. Contacts that may prove valuable in assisting our passage back to the demon realm, and many other ways that you might be useful. Really? Fosta said. I don't even know magic or anything. Sure, I'm pretty strong and fast and stuff, but up against high-level demons with tons of magical and combat training, I'm not going to be very much use. I'm more of a base bare knuckles kind of girl. A punch a chump till he gets the drift kind of girl. Not the battle endless armies kind of girl, she said, dreading the dangers that were ahead in this little plan of theirs. Well, then I suppose the only way to fix that is to train you as well, Hamilton said, smiling in Fosta's direction. You're quite powerful in reference to the amount of demonic power that you possess. Far more so than an eco. I don't surmise that there would be any shame in training you at all. But I don't want to learn magic. I just want to get paid my money and leave. Honestly, even the upgrade to my demonic status is starting to look like it pales in comparison to the danger. To be honest, I'd rather just be done with it. I'll let you guys settle this on your own. Well, I wouldn't be so quick to jump to conclusions, Fosta, Hamilton said, still holding that debonair smile, as if he knew something that she didn't. What do you mean, don't be so hasty? I mean, you've already been seen with me, by whoever it is watching this place. The two goons from the Mercenaries Guild. Eventually, we are going to have to begin making moves, starting to make our way to the demon realm. When we do, it's highly probable that we'll come into conflict with mercenary or military entities, who will immediately recognize us once they start doing some checking, which they will be doing very quickly. It won't be long before they put two and two together and figure out that you were with us. And if they're unable to capture us, they'll do the next best thing. They'll target someone that they believe they can capture in search of information, which means that they'll go looking for you. Since you are no longer part of the group, they surmise that you'll have made your own way elsewhere. They'll track you down, capture you, torture you for information, and eventually kill you. That is, if you're not with us, of course, Hamilton said, smiling as he adjusted his glasses a bit. grabbing them by the end of one of the frames and moving them ever so gently. "Oh, man," Fosta said, her head beginning to hang low. "How do I get myself into this stuff? I just want to go to a shady bar and drink. Is that such a bad request? Why am I being punished?" "Sometimes you just have to play the cards you're dealt, Fosta," Hamilton said, still smiling, as he got up from his seat, walking over to Fosta and putting his hand on her shoulder. Fosta looked up from her bit of a stupor, feeling down on herself, to see Hamilton warmly smiling in her direction. "Don't worry about anything, Fosta. As long as you're with us, you'll be safe. I won't let anything happen to you, okay?" he said, sounding generally reassuring. It was very genuine. At least as far as Fosta could tell, it felt like he meant it, and his smile was actually very inviting. It didn't give her the creepy feeling that his usual smile did, when he was lying to people. Okay. I guess as long as you'll watch my back, right?" "Of course I will. I haven't let anyone kill you up to this point. Why would I ever start now?" he said, as he turned around, going back to take his seat. Fosta did feel somewhat better, as she tried to take a deep breath and absorb her state of situation. "And once we add in training you in magic, you'll be far more capable of taking care of yourself. It would probably even do you a world of good in your own dealings, make you much more powerful. A force to be reckoned with, I might say so myself. Being trained by a level 10 demonic mage will have its advantages when it comes to fulfilling your own business. I'm certain that after it's all said and done, that no one here in the human world will dare trifle with you." "Well, I suppose that's sort of a bright side. How hard is it going to be?" "Well, that all depends on you, Fosta. Your individual skill level. We'll get the minor details worked out. But suffice it to say, I've accumulated 3 students. 2 are acceptable and 1 not so much, but tolerable for the sake of the 2 that I actually do wish to train. The plan is set and everything appears to be in order. It's not the optimal plan, but it's what we have. So, we'll need to begin making preparations for all of your training," Hamilton said, as he raised his hand, aiming it towards an empty location within the room, somewhere that no one was standing. He then began to move his fingers about in an odd way, and as he did, there was a green glow that emitted from his fingertips, surges of what looked like green electricity, as what appeared to be a demonic magic seal began to forge itself in the real world. Lines with symbols and circles forming, floating in the air in the empty space, beginning to draw themselves out one by one until the seal was finally complete. It was enormous. It must have contained dozens upon dozens of different symbols, all connecting in strange and unorthodox ways, some connecting to more than one other bubble with a symbol in it, overlapping in different segments, seeming to be coordinated in ways that Taleon had never seen before. And as this seal came into fruition, so too did a green and black door begin to manifest. A rather ornate door, green with what looked like iron fixtures, knobs, and door frame, all intricately made, ornate in every sense of the word, and yet somehow still exceptionally creepy. Finally, the glow faded away, leaving only the door standing in its place. The seal now gone, but the object remaining.